Hello, today I will make a video presentation for agricultural product marketing AGR165. First of all, I will tell about myself. My name is Benedict Salang, Anak Bilong. My student ID is 2022-895-464. I am from class 80-117-4R. Course program is AGR165 and my code program is 80117. Now I will tell about history of palm oil industry in Malaysia. The palm oil, whose scientific name is Ileus Genesis Jack, originates from West Africa. It was first brought into this country by the British in the 1870s as an ornamental plant in their gardens. However, other countries were already familiar with it and its uses. Palm oil started to make Malaysia its home on a large scale in 1960s. This started when the Malaysian government introduced a land cultivation scheme for the purpose of planting oil palm trees. The purpose of this scheme was eradicate poverty and raise the standard of living for the rural population. Today, palm oil grows and flourishes in palm oil plantation, which can be found throughout the country from Perlis to Sabah. Malaysian Palm Oil Board. The Malaysian Palm Oil Board (MPOB) is a government agency established in 2000 under the Ministry of Plantation Industries and Commodities. Its primary role is to promote and develop the palm oil industry in Malaysia through research, innovation, and sustainable practices. MPOB conducts research on oil palm cultivation, processing, and marketing, while providing technical support and training to farmers. It also oversees regulatory frameworks and works toward enhancing the global competitiveness of Malaysian palm oil, ensuring environmental sustainability and economic growth. So now, I will tell about internal factors that can be considered before entering international market. The first one is pricing strategy. Malaysian palm oil firms have to be efficient in managing production costs, market demand and profit margins to remain competitive in pricing. Production costs arise from plantation, harvesting, processing, and distribution expenses. There is a continuous requirement to meet market demand, both from domestic consumption and the global export potential. The profit margin requires optimum management toward growth and sustainability. Malaysian exporters are up against good competition from Indonesia and very strategic balancing act is needed between profitability and competitiveness. The second one is market research and strategy. The Malaysian external factor, trade policies and tariff. One of the biggest exporters of palm oil worldwide, Malaysia palm oil business is heavily impacted by trade policies and taxes. When it comes into international trade restriction, Malaysia confronts both possibilities and problems. Trade accords such as the Malaysia-EU Free Trade Agreement (MIFTA) and Asian Free Trade Area (AFTA), for example, lower tariff and make it easier to access regional and European markets. However, certain Asian tariff and non-tariff restrictions frequently affect the export of palm oil. For instance, the European Union has put laws into place that limit the import of palm oil because of the environmental issue, including deforestation. Malaysia's competitiveness in certain markets is impacted by these measures. Furthermore, the Roundtable of Sustainable Palm Oil (RSPO) and other certification standards have been brought about by demand of palm oil sourced responsibly, which has an impact on export tactics and production method. Therefore, Malaysia pricing strategy market access, and the long-term viability of the palm oil industry are shaped by trade regulation and tariff. Second external factor is market demands. One important external element affecting Malaysia's palm oil business is market demand, which has an influence on export and production plans. Malaysia, one of the biggest producers in the world, must contend with the varying demands for palm oil across the world due to a variety of causes. Growing population and rising incomes in developing nations like China and India have raised demand for palm oil in domestic, biofuels, and culinary goods. However, consumer preference for healthier oil and sustainability concerns frequently impact consumption in development nations. For example, environmental problems like deforestation have reduced demand for palm oil in Europe, which has resulted in more stringent laws and verification standards like those set forth by the Round Table of Sustainable Palm Oil (RSPO). In order to satisfy the rising demand for certified palm oil, Malaysia has responded to this trend by concentrating on more environmentally friendly production methods. Malaysia's export tactics, pricing, and long-term industrial growth are ultimately shaped by market demand, necessitating ongoing adjustment to global trends and customer preferences.